Welcome back, everybody. Today we have a battery clock, a barometer, and a humidity and a temperature all on one board, I guess we'll say. Normally I don't like to buy battery clocks unless they're, let's say, possibly something special. This clock here happened to kind of go with my clock, the New England Clock Company clock, that I think I named it Starburst, and the reason why is because this one has the spindles too, but I also really like the barometers. Let me show you the clock a little bit better and what might be wrong with it. So here you can see this is the humidity, dry, comfort. I don't know what that says, but I'm sure that says rain in its thing. Obviously that's not set, it's been messed with. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I don't know if that looks like it came undone, so we're gonna have to mess with that a little bit to get that working. On the barometer, there's the little screw that you would turn to adjust it, but that isn't a problem with this one. What the problem is, this here needs to be tightened up against the glass again. That you'd set it and it just falls down wherever it wants to. It won't set, and there should be a washer in there that you can push up against the glass that's on the rod on this and make it tighter. The temperature, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Thank goodness that the glass is all in one piece. If it wasn't, I don't think I'd buy this, because it's hard to replace the glass with the right length and get it to read properly. These are the spools that I do believe are going to match my New England clock. Even though it's a clock, this one has a clock too, but it's all in one. On the clock itself, what's wrong with this is it's come loose, so I'll grab a hold of the movement and very easily turn it. And so when you go to adjust the time, change the battery or whatever, it'll move. So what I need to do with this is I have screws here I got to take off to get this off, because inside there's a nut that'll hold it tight. And that's kind of the same with the barometer, is I have the screws I need to take off so I can get this glass off, so I can get to the back of it and push that back on. So to start off with, I should be able to pop this out so I can look and see just where that thing's supposed to go. I'm going to have to get my magnifying glass out and take a better look at that. The best I can figure, I move this spring around. This paper that's on that spring is coming off right there, but I do believe you'll see that hole right there. It's supposed to be in there. So I'm going to deal with this. This here's sealed on by, I think they melded it together once they got this all put in like it's supposed to be. And this here, I guess you just turn it back and forth, and that's how you adjust the side of it. But I need to make that spring still in order to get this to work. So I'm going to somehow or another try to thread this back in this way and see if I can get it to come out that gap right there. I finally got that through. It took some doing, and I don't know, but I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it back here this way over this, so hopefully it'll stay in there. And then, like I said, I can dial this back and forth to get my needle where it needs to be. So I got it bent back a little bit and just messing with it lightly. It seems to be staying in there, because originally I was thinking about maybe I need to glue the end up against this, but I don't see any glue marks on here, so I'm hoping this bend is going to take care of that. So to set this, what I plan on doing is checking to see what my other barometers or humidity thing says. It's electronic, well, battery powered, and turn this wherever I need to for the right humidity, which this does have numbers 100, 80, 60, 50, 20, and 0. So let me go check that out and we'll turn this, and hopefully this one will be done. It says 49%, so that's where I put this, and as need be, like I say, from the back side is just a big hole. I can adjust it by moving this. So this whole thing comes out, which actually makes it nicer, because I was wanting to clean all of this wood and wax it before I put it all back together. So now I'm going to have to take this off of this. And because I don't want to break the glass, I guess I can safely hold it. So there's where I need to, it looks a little bit different. They're all different, but I'm going to have to see if I can tighten that up so that it doesn't move willy-nilly. It's not the best. It still moves pretty easy, but it does have some dragging, let's say, to it now. This hand is all one piece around here, and I don't know if that's glue or clay or what that is on there. Anyway, I took the pliers and started pushing this down, went around it to get it to snug closer to the glass, and it seems to be better, but you got to be careful with these. You don't want to break your glass. It's not that easy. Normally this here looks like it's a double glass besides the concave, or what are they, convex, what do they call that? Anyway, I'm going to clean this glass and put it back in. This here is brass, but I'm not going to clean it up because it's got an antiquing on it. That's kind of what you can see here. It's not meant to shine, and on the time side it's actually a different color. It's more of a, what do they call that? A smoked brass. I don't know if you call it, might be bronze look. But this is down lower and the other one's on above, and you don't necessarily tear a clock apart just because of the colors, I guess. So let me clean this carefully before I put it back together again. Use a glass cleaner. I'd say approximately 7 inches across. So right there is the nut I'm talking about you need to hold on to. There's a 12, so I plan on putting this up word of it. But as you can see inside here, it's got lots of corrosion. So I plan on, before I get this all back together again, I'm going to take this and clean all that out, put baking soda on it, and make it so it stops corroding. And I'm sure all of this out here is possibly the same thing. That's pretty good now. So let me clean the glass of this. And I guess I should put a battery in that movement, make sure it works. So I got cleaned up the minus side of it. It had a piece of metal that came up, back down, and it broke off. So I went ahead and put a little stick in there to push that to connect to the battery. It's ticking away. Why put more money into it unless you want something more special than what it is? But there it is. It's been running for almost 5 minutes. So let me go ahead, set these things aside, and we have a wood chip here, and my scratch cover's not going to necessarily get that, and so I'm going to use some regular stain on this to try to darken it up, and then I'm going to use scratch guard over everything because it's got its bumps, nicks, whatever you want to call it, and try to dress this up to where it looks presentable again. Then we'll put it all back together again. And no, I'm not going to take the thermometer off. It looks like it's put in with a nail here and a nail here. On the thermometer it says made in New England. Made in New England down here. I don't know why. It says blood heat right there. Summer heat. Temperature, rate, and it's been cut off, but it says, I do believe, freeze, then IN, whether that's inches or what that is, I don't know, but anyway, let me see if I can doll this thing up. So we got the clock, I guess we'll call it fixed. I used the stain across all the wood because realistically your scratch guard is a light stain, I guess we'll say. It doesn't stain deep, and this saves you, the scratch guard saves you having to go buy some stain or go dig it out of the garage or whatever. And so that's why I went ahead and stained the whole clock where it was scarred up, and it hit it quite well. And then I waxed the clock. Now, for a special note, if you have one of these clocks, this one's not that old per se. I'm sure it's old, but it's not that old. And if the clock movement didn't work, or if you wanted to replace it because that little prong broke off by the battery, but I was able to shim it with a piece of wood to make it work, you can buy a new movement for the clock and install it. Just a special note. Anyway, don't forget to give me a thumbs up because I appreciate that. Subscribe if you'd like to. And until next time, God bless.